Hey everybody, what's up? Well, the weather is not cooperating today. A little bit foggy, but we're still going to try to get an adventure in. And hopefully it won't make it impossible to find what we're looking for. We're near the town of Delta, Utah. I've marked some stuff on my map, so let's go find some adventure. Okay, I've officially made it to Delta. It's still foggy, but our first location is somewhere near town here. Hopefully I can find it in the fog. I definitely won't be able to spot it off in the distance, so that's going to be our issues today, trying to track down some of these locations in the fog. So let's keep going, see what we can find. All right, I found our first stop. This is the Topaz relocation site. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, the United States was uncertain of the Japanese population that lived in America. On February 19th, 1942, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed Executive Order number 9066, and more than 120,000 persons of Japanese ancestry were forcibly uprooted from their homes and taken under armed guard for relocation and detention. The Topaz Internment Camp was one of 10 of these camps in the U.S. This camp housed over 8,000 Japanese Americans. Ultimately, not even one case of espionage against the U.S. was ever discovered. I was hoping there would be some structures left to look at, but there's just a few signs and some roads. It looked like it was a pretty big complex. I don't know how big, but we'll drive around, see if there's anything left, even though we can't see very well. So right here would have been the guard shack and the main gate. Then we'll go over here to the administration office. It looks like there's a little bit of a foundation left. The 442nd RCT and the 100th Battalion, composed entirely of young Japanese American boys, many who volunteered from the camps, suffered major casualties and went on to become the U.S. Army's most highly decorated combat unit in history. The Topaz facility was closed in October 1945 and now stands as a memorial and a tribute to the people whose faith and loyalty was steadfast while America's had faltered. Well, at least we got some signage so we know what stuff is. We're at the fire station. Looks like it was enough for 2 fire trucks. Wonder if this door is off an old fire truck. This obviously would have been the bathroom with the shower. Got some more rusted pieces of metal from a stove. That was probably an air cleaner off of something. Looks like we got a foundation over here. Let's go look over here. No, it's just a piece of wood. Oh, there is a pad right behind it. Some more stovepipe. And, ooh, it's a big pad. This probably would have been one of your buildings. A little bit of wood left. Very interesting. There goes a jackrabbit. He was big. But what a spooky, foggy day. There goes Jack again. I'm chasing him towards my wife. He's fast. Yeah, I was hoping there would be some structures out here. It doesn't look like we're gonna have that kind of luck. I'll keep driving around, see if I can find anything more than just a foundation and some stovepipe. And then we'll move on. Go see if we can find some of this other stuff around here. Okay, here's the gymnasium. Just some sagebrush and weeds now. Okay, I guess this is a baseball field. Home plate would have been somewhere around here. This looks like the wire for the backstop. This might have been the pin for home plate. Man, the fog just seems like it's getting thicker by the hour. I thought it was going to clear up a little bit today. We'll see. Maybe it still will. Okay, well, the sign says this is the elementary school. And the only little shrapnel of metal I can see is whatever this is. There's a ton of nails lying on the ground. And this just looks like a burn barrel. I wouldn't even say this is an artifact, just a burn barrel. I guess it could be an old burn barrel with them legs on it like that. It's got a really heavy duty piece of metal on the bottom. All right, here's the biggest debris pile I've seen so far. But it's kind of odd, just a bunch of bands for something. Some metal rings. There's a lot of them right here. What the heck are these for? Here's an odd looking barrel. Ream 221542. Yeah, I don't know what those rings are for. If anybody's got a clue, leave a comment. I don't know if that's old, but it's really purple. Yeah, these rings are just scattered everywhere right here. Crazy. And a bunch of flat cans. A big piece of glass. A big piece of glass. All right, we got a sign right there that says this was the site of the hospital. We still got an old foundation right here that says it's the coal chute. So this would have been where they dumped all their coal. Wow. I didn't expect to see a pit that deep. We'll see. I'll walk down here hopefully and not fall down here. Crazy. Lots of bricks. Even got a piece of something, probably the old chimney. No sign on this building, so I don't know what it is. Definitely a trough right here for some sort of drainage. Some equipment mounted there. So I don't know if they had a big fire here that leveled everything, or if they came through with a bulldozer and leveled everything. Well, looks like they're ready for a new flag. Hopefully somebody will donate a flag to this area soon. Okay, let's move on and see if we can find some more stuff in the fog. Okay, I did spot some structures right here, but they don't make sense. I'm still at the relocation site, the Topaz relocation site, but it looks like there was some mining activity right here. There's like a big ore chute. They've definitely been digging some pretty decent sized trenches around here. Let's go check out this ore chute. Definitely an ore chute. Just got a little baby chute on it. Huh. Weird. Well, there is a little door down here. Oh no. Well, look how much they dug up right here. I wonder what they were mining. Very crazy. There's a lot of purple looking rocks right here. Okay, that was weird. I didn't expect to find an ore chute at this relocation site. Well, nice. We got a little break in the fog, and we found something abandoned. This is pretty interesting. What do you think it is? Well, I'll find out, and I'll tell you. These are the Delta Solar Ruins. Visible from the highway is the remains of an ambitious and corrupt attempt at tax fraud. Dressed up as an alternative for alternative energy, instead of using expensive and fragile solar panels, their idea was to reflect the sun's rays back to the little white things hanging at the bottom to generate steam that would in turn run a generator and produce power. However, engineers overlooked one thing. These umbrella-shaped solar collectors were no match for the wind. The project was deemed a fraud in 2018, and the company was fined over $50 million. Basically abandoned and frozen in time, this place sits as a reminder. Sometimes the alternative can be worse than what you already have. Built by the Mormons in 1865 to provide protection during the Black Hawk War, it took 98 men 18 days to finish the fort. On a stone foundation and made from adobe, these walls stood 10 feet tall, 3 feet wide at the bottom, and 1.5 feet wide at the top. This fort is credited with helping the settlers come to a peaceful resolution with the local natives. I can't believe this thing's still here. Just made out of adobe mud. Set over here in the corner was the sentry post. So basically the guard tower. Let's go look. Here's a peephole, so you could point your rifle out. This whole thing would have been the fort. This is pretty big. From the few forts that I have seen, this one's a pretty big one. But I've never seen one made out of adobe. Well, I definitely don't think this fort has another 100 years left in it. Not quite what I was expecting, but I'll accept it. This is still cool. We came out here to see the Great Stone Face, so I figured it was a rock that looked like a face. We got some ancient petroglyphs instead. Here, let's look. Okay, good news. I think I did find the stone face. Luckily I have service right here. And Google Earth told me the Great Stone Face is right up there. I'll fly my drone up there so we can see it good. But it stares right back at this rock that the petroglyphs are on. And the sign says they're archaic. So that means they're pretty darn old. It said several thousands of years ago, possibly. That's old. Okay, This is the great stone face that I could see. It has eye sockets, a nose, and some cheekbones. But according to the sign, that rock over there is the Great Stone Face. Sometime around 1926, the local bishop from Deseret and another man visited here, and both men could see the profile of the rock looked just like Joseph Smith. I admit to having pareidolia, but I just can't see Joseph Smith's face in this rock. Others say they can see a face of a Native American. What do you see? Well, sweet. I had an awesome day, and I hope you had some fun, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.